There's been times where, we didn't have a math teacher or we didn't have a language teacher.
Just south of San Francisco, the Jefferson Union High School District found a common denominator.
What do you attribute to that turnover?
High cost of living, 100%.
Consider that a decade ago, teacher pay used to be affordable. But while salaries have gone up slightly, rents have skyrocketed. This district found a solution.
Very spacious, extremely roomy.
A 122-unit apartment complex, approved by local voters, built for teachers and staff on school property. For the average 2-bedroom unit in this neighborhood,
You're going to easily pay over $3,000 a month.
biology teacher Michaela Ott's rent is nearly half that, $1,600 a month.
$1,600 a month. So there's this is up in the Bay Area in California, as you probably heard there. They're trying to figure a way to worry about this teacher shortage, which there's many of, partially because of pay, maybe safety. There's lots of reasons why this happened, but this particular situation is because of the money, which maybe some people may think is plenty, but we always forget about how much it costs just to live. So they're putting them on campus housing in a way. Now you have to be 18-year-olds back in college. Many teachers do say that they're grateful for this option though, but the reason for it seems very dystopian. Watch more.
Principal Megan Carey says there have always been pocketbook concerns.
We had a teacher who was delivering pizzas.
Meet Eric Willemse,
Gather around.
who says until he got a teacher's apartment, he couldn't coach cross country.
Delivering pizzas actually pays more than coaching in this district. But having this subsidized, teacher housing, oh man, it's a godsend.
Doesn't that suck? So you got to get put in some teachers' housing in order to do your job, and maybe you do the extracurricular jobs like coaching cross country, which seems like he enjoys and gets, it fulfills him. There's other aspects of being a human, but doesn't it seem pretty dehumanizing that you have to then be put up in apartments because our society literally is okay with skyrocketing costs of literal living, so you can teach our children. So a little more details on this from EdSurge. A 2021 national survey of 1,200 classroom teachers conducted by the Teacher Salary Project, which is a nonpartisan organization, says 82% of respondents said they either currently or previously had taken on multiple jobs to make ends meet, like that one teacher was thinking about with pizza delivery. Of those, 53% said they were currently working multiple jobs, including 17% who held jobs unrelated to teaching. My wife's a teacher. I know many other teachers, folks that I went to school with and everything, and I don't know where they land on this. And some teachers make plenty of money. And people can think, why are you talking about you making $65,000, $67,000 a year? How could you not live off of that? Because the cost of a small apartment would be $3,500 in many cases up north.
Not in the Bay. Are you kidding me? My brother's a teacher in Oakland, and no way. What I think this is a good solution that is tackling a problem that we have not fixed, which is the housing crisis and the fact that we leave the rental market completely to the market gods. So I'm like, good, but also that's on the school district to do that. That's on that school. How many schools have extra money to be investing in housing that really should not fall on that school? And then the other thing you got to remember about the Bay Area, Silicon Valley, is these are places where Facebook has headquarters, Google, all the major, obviously major tech companies, and all their workers, all their workers are bussed down from San Francisco and from places where teachers have been displaced from, in order for them to get a taste of the city life when they should be living on campus housing, right? Like those are the ones, the tech companies are the ones who can afford to house their employees in complexes like that. Schools shouldn't be the ones to do that. And then the tech bros and brodettes sit around and are like, why are there no good schools in my area? It's like, yeah, maybe because you displaced all of the teachers.
The idea is, I guess, to not see them as human. When I was in kindergarten, first grade, and we discovered that we see our teacher at the grocery store and be like, oh, Mrs. Jones doesn't live at school. Like that's what children think because they only see their teachers at school. But I guess in this case, it would be that way because that campus was being built, at least that housing unit was being built on campus, so they never have to go anywhere. By the way, there's another solution to this whole thing that this other group, this Milpitas school district is put up. Let's look at this headline really fast from the Washington Post. It says school district asks parents to let teachers move in as rents soar. To move in instead of maybe discussing about those rents that are soaring. One detail on this. This district sent a message to parents this week urging them to fill out an online form if you have a room for rent at your home and would like to share the housing opportunity with our Milpitas Unified School District educators. The message, which links to the form, asks parents how many rooms that they have available and how much they would charge for rent. Dozens have responded in a few days. Scott Forstner, who's a district spokesperson, told the Washington Post in an email. So there are parents that are actually responding, like, yeah, sure, move in, Miss Jones, because I know you can't live anywhere else, or else you'd be a transient on the street. The LAPD might shoot in the back. This is where we stand with our teachers when it comes to whether or not they can literally live before then they go have to spend their money on maybe some school supplies, maybe not get the kind of preparation time that they can to teach our children. Just live with little Johnny and that'll make everything so much better. This is the United States of America, the best and greatest country that's ever existed. And this is how we treat our educators that are supposed to be preparing our future for the next stage. How much do we care about that? Not much.
No, these are, and it's worse. We call them groomers now. Oh, they're all groomers. Oh, and then if they went into debt to get their credential, no, that's terrible. We shouldn't relieve that student debt. Oh, and hey, we can just replace them and lower the bar to be a teacher. And anyone who is a vet, hey, you get to be a teacher now, and you get to be a teacher. And so we're gonna just devalue that degree and all of that training on top of it. It's disgusting. It is a stopgap measure to say, hey, rent a room out in my house. So I understand that, look, you gotta do what's necessary, keep the teachers in your district, but you also need to work with your local elected officials and businesses to be like, what are we doing here, everybody?